Good morning. I am Suzanne Castle, creator and founder of the Sparkle Factor and the Brilliant Collab. I'm so excited to be with you. It's here, Training Tuesday. Aren't you excited? I'm totally excited because today we are talking about the difference between making a living and designing your life. And those are definitely different kind of goals. They're different intentionalities. They're different things that you put out into the world. So if you're here with me live or even on replay, drop a comment below and let me see that you're here. I love seeing who's live. And if you're watching on replay, just put hashtag replay. Welcome, welcome. Let's go ahead and get started. My first question to you is, are you making a living or are you living a life you've designed? I was recently struggling with this question because I'm working on some things in my own life and in my own journey for the next 3, 5, 7 years. Of course, in a world that's racked still with COVID and things are still upside down a little bit. But what's the real difference between making a living and designing a life? So I started doing some work on that, and my list included, making a living is about survival. It's about making enough money to live an average life. It's maybe having a marriage that you tolerate. It's maybe coasting through your career, but not really living as a change agent. So at the bottom of that list, I put it's muddling by. Muddling by. Anybody feeling me on that? Am I speaking to you? Give me some love and let me see that. So my list on designing a life, it looked a little bit different. I had words like designing a life means there's creation there. There's choice there. Yeah, there might be money. There might be love. There might be adventure. Everyone is different. But ultimately on that list, what I wrote down is it's up to me. It's up to you to decide what will give life meaning. So I believe there's no inherent meaning to life. Now, I know that might scare you. Hang on. Hold on to your seat. It's actually really great news because what it means, at least to me, is that you can choose what is meaningful to you and then craft and design a life that helps you live out of that space. I really believe that you can consciously choose a life that's tailored to your preferences. It might involve living in a mansion if that's what you want to do. It might be living in a yurt on a mountaintop. You might be married to an ideal partner, or you might choose to live alone, or start a tiny village with your favorite friends. Those who are merely making a living, they're honestly stuck in a life that society considers to be average, that society says is normal, or that we have been taught you do this, then you do this, then you do this, then you do this. But when you're making a living, you're not making the most out of your potential. In fact, you aren't doing maybe what you're passionate about, or maybe you are, but you've lost your passion in that particular role. You're certainly probably not fulfilled or even remotely satisfied. So in other words, you're living on autopilot, right? You get up at the same time every day. You do the same thing every day. I know some people that have like 7 shirts, 7 pants, and they know what they wear on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You're on autopilot. And people who live this way, not saying it's a bad thing, you might be in this space, but people who live this way unconsciously assume that they're powerless in front of life. And so they avoid taking responsibility for it. Doesn't that hurt a little bit in the heart? It does for me, for sure. But when you're making a life, and this is what I want you to hang on to, you believe in the beauty. You believe in the potential of life itself. You are driven. You are focused because you have purpose, and that purpose, it's unique to you. Now, you're still going to have ups and you're going to have downs. But you know that you are fully responsible for your life and your creations, and therefore you don't spend too much time complaining because you know, okay, that's today. Tomorrow there's something different. You're creative. You're joyful. Life might seem really effortless at times, but at the end of the day, what it means is I am living my life, designing it the way that I want to, and showing up in my best joy-filled spirit every single day. That's the way I've been living for the last few years, and it's truly made a change in me, in my child, in my partner Brian, in my business, and in my friends. I believe that those who design a life are choosing for themselves how they want to live and then making the best remarkable life happen. the best remarkable life happen. Don't you want to do that? And it is an individual decision. Sometimes it's a family decision. Our family is going to choose to live this way because these are our ultimate goals, right? But there are a few common starting points. There are two that I want to talk about today. And the real individuality comes from how you choose to apply them. So let's consider these two crucial aspects of life to create a fulfilling life that has meaning. Let's take a look. So the first one that I would say, you hear me talk about this a lot, is honestly define your goals. I can't say this enough. You hear me talk about goal getting goodness a lot on this channel, a lot in my Training Tuesday segments, but you have to know your goals. This is always the first step. Success isn't an accident. It requires vision, and then from vision to intention, and then from intention to goals, and back to intention. Meaning that you create a vision out of the values of how you want to show up in the world. From that, you do some mindset work that says, I'm going to lead this life of intention. Then you create goals to help support that intention. Then you go back to intention to make sure you stay in your goal-getting goodness mindset. So this means that you're clarifying exactly what you want to happen in literally such a detailed, specific way that you can see it, you can hear it, you can smell it, you can taste it, you can feel all the aspects of that life that you're creating. That makes it tangible. It makes it real. Some people use a vision board. Some people use a coach. Some people have a journal. There are all different ways to be about defining a life that you have designed. And it starts with defining and knowing your goals. Then the second crucial thing that I want to lift up for you is people. Maybe that might surprise you, but people. Are the people in your life supportive of your vision? Ask yourself that and be honest, because you have a choice to make. You can spend time with others that make you more likely to be able to live out your purpose, or you can spend time with those that make it less likely for you to live the life you truly want. I'm not saying don't have friendships with people, but I want to spend the most time with people who want to pour into me and hold me accountable, and that I want to pour in and hold them accountable as well. And these people are my cheerleaders. I call them my Sparkle Squad. They really support me. They lift me up. I do the same for them. So here are some questions if maybe this isn't quite aligning with you. Ask yourself, are there others you need to connect with in order to achieve the goals that you've set out? Maybe it would help to have a banker or two in your life. Maybe a coach or a marketing expert would spur you on. And what I do is I invite new people into my circle that support my goals, knowing that sometimes that's a temporary part of my Sparkle Squad, and sometimes they're a lifelong part of my Sparkle Squad. I'm thinking about you, Becky Sale. You can also spend time with a certain number of people. As they say, you become like the people that you spend the most time with. So are you spending time with the right people? When you look at the entire circle of the people that surround you, do you want to be like them? Or do some of them you're like, do I really want to be like that person? It doesn't mean you don't have a friendship with them, but maybe you put some better boundaries around that friendship. I talk a lot about detoxing relationships in one of my programs. Maybe this is something that you need. I love the work of Jim Rohn. Do you know Jim Rohn? Jim Rohn has advocated to work on creating a lifestyle, designing a life. And he talks a lot about social friendships. He also talks about church or religion, faith in general, community, country, that all of these are things that make a composite of our overall life. And what he advocates is that you start furnishing that with new vigor, vitality, money, whatever it takes to expand your life into the term that he uses, which is called the good life. I call it designing a life. But it all starts with the vision of what you want to happen. And then from there, you can engineer the steps that you can take to make that a reality and not be just a cog in a wheel showing up every day just like this, just like this, just like this, right? I know you don't want to be there. I don't want to be there either. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about a free, let me say that again, free experience to help you start designing this life that I'm talking about. On April the 8th at 11 a.m. Central, 90 minutes. 90 minutes. Can you give me 90 minutes? 90 minutes of me helping you put your dreams into action so you can start designing that mojo-making life that you want and that you dream of. And yes, there will be a replay for those of you that RSVP their spot. It's totally free. Free, free, free. It's for you. It's for you if your days are a little meh. It's for you if you're not feeling all the energy and zeal when you wake up every day. It's for you if you're burned out. It's for you if you're frustrated, if you're stressed out, if you're overwhelmed, if your to-dos don't ever get all the way crossed off and you keep trying things and things just keep piling up and life is one three-ring circus right now. This is for you. From your home to your biz, chaos is swirling. If you're looking for a mindset shift, if you're looking for resources to help you focus, if you need somebody to help do some ass-kicking action steps alongside you, I want you to come into this experience so that you can immediately, and I mean that immediately, in those moments, you are going to take some action steps, get back your verve. Now, if this sounds like something that you're interested in and you'd like to reserve your spot, here is how to do that. All you have to do, wherever you're watching this, is just comment below with RSVP. I'm going to see that, and then I'm going to shoot over details and save your spot. If I don't have your email, I'm going to ask for your email so I can make sure that you get the workbook, that you get the reminders, and all the ways that we're going to show up together, because it's going to be on the Zoom platform, because it's going to be super interactive. There will be a replay, but you must RSVP to get that spot. So join me right here next week. I'm going live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. with some Training Tuesday nuggets, Training Tuesday tips, Training Tuesday goodness. And next week, I'm sharing some resources with you to help you lift your mood without turning to chemical alternatives. Let's face it, we all need a joy boost every so often, and I am trying to not use chemical alternatives like caffeine to get me that little boost I might need during the day. So tune in next Tuesday. I'm going to give you 5 awesome resources that you can do without turning to chemicals to boost your joy. All right, I'm Suzanne Castle. Thanks for giving me 11 minutes of your day. Don't forget, design your life. Don't just make a living. I'll see you next week.